back to part 2. Sorry I got cut off, the storage full thing. But I had one of the greatest teachers there, very influential in the BMW industry right now. I see him all the time in round tables. So, you know what? I'm so happy that I got taught by this man. He just broke everything down super simple. Very humble man. Took his time with us. You know what I mean? We were his first class, and obviously he ran from there and just kept going up. And I feel blessed to have had such a great instructors throughout my life. You know, in UTI I had great instructors too. But honestly, this was kind of like the stepping stone to the future to the rest of my future. And just to have this type of individuals training us made all the difference in the world for me. And you know what I mean, it was a good ego check. You know, working at Les Schwab, you think that you know everything, and then you start coming across these diagnosis things. When you start coming around buses, when you start coming around learning all these things, you know, it was a great opportunity. And I'm so happy that I got accepted into that program and was able to come out swinging. And yeah, that's basically what I did. So after that, I got a couple of interviews. So I interviewed at San Francisco BMW. Literally after I graduated, they hired like 6 techs. Some bullshit. I just showed up just for them to mug me. Honestly, that was the dumbest fucking interview I've ever been in my life. I've only been to like 4. You know, Schwab, Mickey D's, fucking the interview for BMW, and then that. So you know what I mean. It was a little intimidating, but I already knew what I was walking into, so I just kind of took it on the chin. It was like, all right, well, if this is gonna be, I already knew it was kind of a waste of time, but I took it as an experience to learn. You know, one of the service managers there was fucking a dick. I don't even know his name, honestly. He was just literally sat there with this, just like this, staring at me, just like, are you gonna impress me or something? Like I just came out of school, bro. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? But and I had prior experience. I wouldn't say, like I said, the Schwab, I was doing mostly suspension stuff, you know, brakes, calipers, tires. You know, I was never really touching the engines or anything, but you know, the schooling really did prepare me to go ahead and start tearing apart into these cars. And you know, I felt ready. But you know, this interview didn't go as planned. You know, I got this cold shoulder from one of the managers. The other one was really enthusiastic. I'm glad that they had a different dynamic in managers there, because that was the most dumbest fucking interview. I was nervous as hell. They basically just put a wiring diagram in front of me. They were like, hey, can you tell me if where the lines would, or basically like ASC questions. So can you tell me what would not make this fucking horn work? It's like, yeah, there'd be a short here, cut here, blah, blah. I was like, cool. So, you know, took it on the chin, walked around the dealership, checked it out. Dealership was super big, super cool. As soon as you walk in, you know, you see the rooms. So I thought that was pretty cool. After that, I interviewed at East Bay BMW. You know, I got to meet the management there, and oh my god, like I showed up like I was freaking going to Quince or something. Honestly, now that I look back at it, I had like a black slacks on, a black button up. But you know, I showed up, great energy. I met the foremans. They were Frank Key at the time, Mario Panilla, super nice people. Didn't have to worry about much of anything. You know, they were really inviting. They were really like, hey, like, you know, are you looking into, because I like I said, I was living in Fairfield at the time, so are you really willing to come out here and you know, work? I was like, fuck yeah. And then the general manager comes in, and the general manager at the time was this nice young lady with a British accent. Her name was Donna, and she just comes in and was like, "Hi." It's like, "Nice to meet you." It was, "So I hear you want to work with us." I was like, "Why do you want to work with us?" It was like, honestly, I started looking up at all the Yelp reviews that I could of all the dealerships, and I saw that this one has the best reviews. It's got, honestly, one of the nicest floors, not floors, like obviously the way that it was set up. You had the front room. It was super nice, super inviting, open. All the customers were giving you guys nice reviews, talking about the service advisors. Every bad review was like on some bullshit comments, like, "Oh, they didn't have any cucumber in the water" or something. But I started. So basically, she was just like, "Oh, well, I'm glad that I'm glad that we can reach people like you through the internet, basically." And she was like, "Well, hopefully we'll have you on board." And like 2 days later, they give me a call, and they were like, "Hey, get your ass to work. Let's go." I was like, "All right, say less." So yeah, I've been at East Bay BMW probably for like 7 years now. And honestly, I love the people. People there are great. Ain't got nothing bad to say about them. But at the end of the day, you grow as you go. And right now, I'm a level 2 technician, working on trying to get my Gen 5 hybrid, working on trying to get my or full electric. So if you don't know what the Gen 5s are, it's the new iX BMWs, all electric. They got some oil, but for the most part, and they're cooled. I know you guys care about that stuff, but yeah, that's that. And then I'm trying to get my level 1s. BMW just did this weird thing that they linked up with the ASC programs, and now we have to get our ASCs. I've been a non-ASC technician for the past like 8-9 years, so but now that I'm going in and learning about this stuff, it's a good refresher. Good refresher from all the stuff that I learned at UTI. Most of this stuff is, at the end of the day, mostly common sense. It's just kind of go back into the book and redo it. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm making great money. I live in California, so I wouldn't say great money, but I'm making good money. I'm able to take care of my family. I'm able to invest. I'm able to pay off all these debts. UTI came with a huge fucking pay stamp, so thankfully the BMW program was free. Just had to indenture servitude myself to whatever dealership would take me on. But yeah, I think the grand total for my schooling at UTI was, I believe, altogether was like $48,000. It's a $42,000 ticket, but with the interest and everything, I paid it off probably like, let's see, I graduated UTI 2015. I paid it off 2020, so it took me about 4 years. I didn't know what the fuck finances were back in the day, so I'm glad that the individuals here kind of educated us on finances without educating us, but they kind of steered us in the right direction. So that's where I learned about Dave Ramsey. I started getting on his podcasts, and I started learning. And yeah, honestly, it took a long time, but I'm here. I'm happy. I really can't complain about anything that was happening in my life. I can't say that I'm a victim to anything. I worked hard and I got what I wanted, honestly. And I'm still working hard. I still got a long way to go. And I'm going to continue to keep that same persistence with my job and with this YouTube stuff, and you know, with my family most of all, and with my relationship with God. So if there's anything that I hope you guys take away from that, is that, you know, everybody's got a humble beginnings. Hopefully that, you know, something cool happens with this YouTube stuff. I'd love for it to happen, but you know, just keep grinding, just keep doing what you gotta do. Work out, stay mentally stable, you know, find hobbies, you know, enjoy your life. You know, I was a photographer too for a while. Did that was super fun. I loved it. Got to meet a lot of nice people. Got to learn how to use a camera, you know, learn the difference between ISO. I'm drawing a blank right now, but yeah, I honestly would never take anything back. Next step is to try to buy a house. Me and wifey are looking at moving towards, I don't know, Texas. I've been looking at Ohio too, just because I got family out there, and I like to be a little closer to people that are the same mindset as me. And I got cousins out there that, you know, they're all about their finances. They're all about, you know, getting a bag. My cousin actually just bought a condo out there, and he's renting out the other half, or a duplex, sorry. And he's renting out the other half. He just called me up. He was like, "Hey, cuz, I'm a fucking dick." I was like, "Why you say that?" Like, I just kicked out my tenant. I was like, "Oh shoot, what they do?" I was like, "They didn't pay me my rent." I was like, "For how many months?" "For 1 month." I'm like, "Bro." And I guess what he ended up saying was that they didn't pay the last month's rent on their lease, and they told him to keep the deposit, and you know, it's a done data. But that's not no way to conduct business, bro.